Hey everybody. Today's book, Ansel. So it is the story of the life of a photographer named Ansel Adams, a life in nature, so outdoors, being outside. He took a lot of pictures of landscapes, so outside scenes. So they have a foreground, a middle ground, and a background way off in the distance. And he's famous for his black and white photography, so every photo has value. Black, white, and all those different grays in between that creates value. And it's realistic art too, not abstract, because photography is of real life. And he would capture those landscapes, but was also famous for capturing objects of nature up close and personal. So zooming in uh, to show all the details, all the textures, and all the amazing things that nature has to offer. And I like Ansel Adams because growing up, my dad had a huge Ansel Adams photo framed on his wall, and it was of mountains and a river and like lightning striking right at that moment, and Ansel Adams captured it on his camera. So photography can be really cool and not only capture things that we have seen, but can capture our memories so we can hold on to them forever. Just like we can uh, draw in our sketchbook and write in our sketchbook these memories, we can also take photos too. So here's Ansel. Ansel was antsy. He never walked, he ran. So running outside, he'd be good at mileage club, I think. When he sat, his feet danced. Even his thoughts flew about like a gull in a storm. Ansel noticed everything, and everyone noticed Ansel. Pay attention, said his aunt. Please sit still, begged his mother. Why don't you just go outside, suggested his father. So Ansel did whenever he could. And there's his cat in there, too. Ansel loved being outside. On the Golden Gate beach near his house, nature was big and loud and wild. Gusting gales pushed and pulled, salt spray stung his cheeks, surf pounded the sand. Boom! Sometimes nature shook with fury. In 1906, an earthquake shiver, rumbled, tumbled San Francisco to the ground. A temblor tossed 4-year-old Ansel into a brick wall and he broke his nose. Nature left its mark on Ansel Adams. So, 1906 was the earthquake, and he was 4 years old. So, what year was he born? 1906 minus 4, 1902. That was a long time ago. Anyway, but nature could be quiet too. On Lobo's Creek it whispered and winked, flickered and flew, shimmered and shone for Ansel's eyes alone. So he's exploring the creek in the great outdoors. And look, you can see a spider web. Indoors, Ansel felt trapped and sick. At school, he got into trouble. Everyone thought they knew what he needed. Keep him calm, the doctor said, away from light and sound. Ansel yearned for wind and waves outside. Give him discipline, the principal said. Ansel felt like a fly buzzing inside a jar. Can't escape. Ansel's father had a different idea. Give him open air, he said, and he took 13-year-old Ansel out of school and let him learn at home. Kind of like you're learning at home right now, too. Piano lessons kept his hands busy and his mind focused. Between lessons in French, ancient Greek, and algebra, Ansel explored the outdoors. He caught insects and made a museum in his dresser drawers. He scooped sand into cans and used a magnet to find flecks of iron, like a science experiment, and he gathered driftwood and carved by the ocean, each piece a new sculpture. So he's an artist, a musician, a scientist, a mathematician. He's doing it all. A season ticket to the San Francisco World's Fair filled Ansel's mind with mysteries and marvels, impressionists and organists, flavors and aromas, and fun and games, and Ansel was on fire for learning. He wanted to learn as much as he could. That's how we should live our lives too, always learning. When Ansel was 14, his aunt gave him a book about Yosemite Valley. Ansel begged for a visit. The trip took 2 days by steam engine train and an open-air bus. At Valley View, Ansel got his first glimpse of Yosemite Valley. The ripple, rush, roar of water, and the intense light. It was love at first sight. So the cars were a little different back then. And now you can see the reflection of the mountains in the water. Pretty cool. One morning during the trip, Ansel's parents gave him a camera, and he was off. Run, leap, scramble, snap, rapid rumble, tumble, race, swoosh, flutter, flit, and flee. Ansel's photos became a journal of everything he saw. So kind of like a time capsule of his trip, he took a lot of photos. All black and white, of course. From then on, Ansel went to Yosemite, camera in hand, to hike the high Sierra Mountains in the summer light. Icy white, glowing dawn, breathless height, danger by day, sparkling night, worlds of wonder, snap, in black and white. So another mountain view, another reflection, and another photo. In Yosemite, Ansel met and fell in love with Virginia Best. They got married, and they worked hard to make a living in the city. Snap, school pictures, flash, wedding photos. Click, a catalog. But nature whispered and winked, roared and sang, calling them back to Yosemite. That's where they lived and worked, and sold Ansel's photos and raised their family, and Ansel worked outside every single day. Soon Ansel's photographs became famous. When the United States government and Life magazine asked him to take pictures, Ansel traveled far and wide, showing a nation its true nature in national parks, crystal caverns, craggy peaks, canyons carved by time, silver rivers swirling through wide open land. So he was hired to kind of document our country and all of the amazing nature that we have. Giving voice to the voiceless and giving politics a purpose. Whoopsies. You can see the light shining through the trees. All his life, Ansel Adams noticed nature. Push, pull, flicker, wink, rush, roar, shimmer, shine. Now everyone notices Ansel's pictures. A world of wonder, snap. All in light, all in black and white. So it's like a museum in nature there, the illustrator made. So, Ansel Adams, black and white photography out in nature. So I challenge you to go outside, use a camera. Maybe it is your phone or tablet or computer or an actual camera. But try to take some photographs, maybe some landscapes, maybe some up-close zoomed-in images, and make some art with nature. So maybe some sticks and rocks and flowers and dandelions. You can use it all to create an image and celebrate nature and kind of make a time capsule of our time at home, but still being able to go outside. And also, you can use Google to look up some awesome images that Ansel Adams made of nature to maybe inspire you as well. So keep up the good work. Send in some cool stuff that you've done, because I would love to see it. Adios, amigos.